Hey guys, how's it going? Today is gonna be awesome because we're going to talk about my favorite, my biggest guilty pleasure ever, and that is coming of age films. So without any further ado, let's begin. So at number 5 we have a very hip-hop themed teen comedy, and that film is dope. It focuses itself on this black teenager who's trying to get a scholarship and distinguish himself from the competition by bringing something different to the table, but what he got was more than he bargained for. This film brings such a 90s aesthetic, even if it still occurs in modern time, since our protagonist and his friends are obsessed with the 90s hip-hop culture. And this obsession that they got even makes them start this very punk rock band in their school. They dress very uniquely like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. They have this BMX passion and every other thing that was trendy in the 90s. It delves in handling situations by problem solving unexpected occurrences that may seem the end of the world, but each one of these experiences makes our friends grow and evolve into better and more understanding people, and even makes our protagonist become the different person he was trying to be to achieve his scholarship. If you are interested in drug dealing, old school hip-hop, deep web selling, and just plain school conflict, you better check this very underrated coming of age film that represents the black community the right way. Who knew our very beloved Pitch Perfect actress Haley Steinfeld could bring such an emotional and heartwarming performance? And she brought all that into our number 4 pick, The Age of 17. A very typical teen comedy film that follows the path of this outcast high school girl that creates a lot of unnecessary teenage problems that involve love triangles, social anxiety, and even appearance insecurities, which all make her to be the most relatable character that I'm going to talk about today. And the biggest positive point that this film has is that it has a very big sense of relatability. Every character introduced in this film we can compare with people we know in real life, since we feel for them, as every emotion casted by them is retained amazingly by us. We cry, laugh, cringe, gasp, literally everything as we view the journey through high school of our protagonist. This film portrays social anxiety stunningly and amazingly, as we learn how our protagonist overcomes it and becomes the person she thought she'd never be. Before I talk about my next entry, I want to point something out, which is that you can do literally anything if you truly have a passion for it. And this film is a proof of it, since it was directed by Bodan, who was a former YouTube comedian who went out his way to make something uniquely and different that wasn't done before. An authentic and genuine depiction of this 8th grade introverted girl who's trying to be more out there but just can't due to her enormous social anxiety and her many insecurities that even make her create this fake persona online to appear normal to her non-existent audience. The father-daughter chemistry and relationship in this film is without a doubt the best one I've ever seen in my life. We relate so much to this dad who's trying everything in his power to be approved by his daughter and wants to make her understand how cool she is if she just tries to be her own self. But seeing as she holds many insecurities and is very sensitive towards what others think of her, she only understands that at the very end of the film, when she empowers her own self and tries her best to be more communicative and truly overcome her insecurities and fears. Also, at the very end, there's my ultimate favorite scene of this film, that is when her father has the most heartwarming and real talk to her to make her really understand that she isn't a disappointment and that she means a lot to him. And that her video making skills is something very unique that she possesses that make her cool and different, and is something that she really should be proud of. If you didn't cry and feel for father and daughter characters, you really didn't experience this film the right way. In this pick, we delve into something more fundamental and relevant, which is sexuality and how complex it can be. So at number 2, we have Giant Little Ones, a film I had previously analyzed on my Instagram account that makes us all gain a different perspective on this sexuality topic. It talks about the life of this high school student who's throwing a big party to celebrate his birthday with all his friends. And as the night ends, he and his best friend end up alone, and his best friend is sexually confused. And he developed this unexplainable love for our main character, so they end up having this sexual act that they kinda regret at the end. And because of that incident, the best friend tells his girlfriend a lie, in which he says that it was our main character who started it all and took advantage of him being drunk. And now this lie is spread all over school, which makes his life a living hell in every place he goes, such as, again, the school, at the home, and even at his swimming lessons. With this lie, he develops a relationship with his former best friend's sister, who's also an outcast at his high school. And with this new connection, he can surpass the consequences of this lie and become his former self, with a more understanding mentality on how some sexually confused people can react negatively and harmfully since they aren't brave enough to come out and they can't accept themselves yet. Truly a film that explores the complexity of teenage problems in the most aesthetically and effective way possible, and is more relevant now than ever. So my number 1 pick is one of my favorite films ever, and that means a lot to me since it stapled my humor and my interests in a lot of ways. Superbad is the ultimate holy grail of comedy to late millennials and early Gen Zs, that it's incredible how it's still referenced nowadays like so much. This film focuses itself on these 3 high school outcasts who get invited into a party by some girls that are in their class, and to appear cool to them, they lie saying they can get alcohol into this party with a fake ID. So now they are in charge to get this alcohol to this high school party, and this journey that they endure is what makes this film a coming of age, since these 3 virgin boys progress and evolve mentally by getting into these crazy and dangerous situations, and because of that they become better and more mature people at the end. The character of McLovin is the best part of this film, and the relationship that he has with the cops that arrested him for buying alcohol with a fake ID turns out to be very wholesome and fun altogether. If you haven't watched this classic yet, you better do it tonight and thank me later. See you later, guys. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you guys have an amazing day. Goodbye.